Feels so good. Yeah. Eugene Fahngon. Eugene Fahngon. I said some things I see on social media. This world we live in is full of surprises. You wake up in the morning, you tell God thank you. Yo, share the video. Susan Hyde, back on you lied to me, you say you're coming. Lance back on you didn't come. No problem. You can't tell a brother, say, oh, you come in and you do different things, and you say this and that. You will be sanctioned. You will be sanctioned by me. Folks, if you're reading the headlines, you know I don't just get up and do a podcast. Good evening to all of you. All right. A part of the whole, I'm going to try to read from my little cell phone, share the video. Someone say your face getting fat. Well, your face got to get fat when you're eating organic food. Organic. Organic. Edo. Potato, plantain. Then you say, you even know, sir. You say my face getting fat. Correct. Let me go to my stuff and open it. We are here. All those who want to talk a little bit of politics, we can talk a little bit of politics. So let me start throwing jabs before we go to our actual reason why we're here. My first job I want to throw is this. The Supreme Court ruling was very clear. And I say I will take my time after the whole hula baloo and speak. The next job I want to throw is that the Attorney General of the country, who happens to be the Justice Minister, gave what he thought was his best understanding of the Supreme Court ruling. And then my late brother Safoko carried him to the Supreme Court, saying he interpreted the Supreme Court ruling falsely. So, in my wisdom, you are trying to say, when the court rule, nobody should say what they think. It will be a violation of our rights to freedom of thought. Go and read your constitution, it's right there. Freedom of thought, freedom of conscience. You got freedom of expression, but you also have freedom of thought. So, I'm just bailing till we get to 150, my people. Because the thing I come in here, you never seen your man born you. You never came across it like the way my big brother Philip Brown put it. So share it. Call your friends and say something be happy in the country. But he wrote it. You can't say because he wrote it and that's what's going to happen. I remember when Philip Brown wrote and said that he thought things were going to turn ugly and bloody during the elections, and what? Nothing happened, right? But sometimes when people write, take your time. Read what the person is writing and what they say. I'm at 1:15, and I'm going to, I don't wait for plenty of people, because I know most of the people that watch my videos are all around the world. And I challenge you, if you don't share it, give me 2 hours from now. Go check my video, see how many persons would have viewed it. So let me seize this opportunity to say what I'm coming to do here. What I'm coming to do here is something I've not thought on doing. I didn't want to, but I thought for the goodness of our country, it's important that I do it. Because these are the kinds of things that happen, we overlook. So, my brother Philibert S. Brown is my big brother. Let me issue that disclaimer first. Before you say, oh, he disrespect. He wrote something on Facebook, long, but I will make it short. And as a Liberian citizen, look at the other one, Akowara quote. He said, lead a propaganda business and focus on your administrative function, LBS boss. You need to be reacquainted. You need to reacquaint yourself. You're talking to a veteran. One, you're the same person that praising me for doing the whole system. Then you're the same person say, I'm on lead a propaganda business. Not propaganda. After I finish, you will tell me whether that propaganda or that reality are coming to real. So that the blindness you can play, then when things happen, then you'll say SYZ. Okay? Now, someone says, freedom of thought, didn't say someone should circumvent the ruling or misinterpret what the Supreme Court said. You say you misinterpreted it, and you are rejoicing all around. Say, oh, the man win, then you come out and say the man win, then you come out and say, everybody will talk. But those who feel aggrieved will have to go to the Supreme Court and say, what you said is not what the people are doing. Then the court will take action and hold people in contempt. Don't come disturb them, man. Nobody tell you to eat your school fee then. Philibert S. Brown, my big brother, wrote, me, I told you that we 150 I talk. When you get serious, you will start sharing this thing. Philibert Brown is the owner of the Hot Pepper newspaper, one of our biggest newspapers in the country. He's a veteran journalist and he's well acclaimed. Take it to the bank. This is what caught my attention, and you will see my headline. A hint to Joseph Boakai that his government is about to be overthrown by Philibert Brown writing. To me, it's a hint, which I take seriously, and that's why I'm bringing it to your attention as members of the intelligentsia. Philibert Brown starts off by saying, like President, I want you to listen that the only way you will catch what is about to happen in his writing. Don't be distracted. Don't move left and right. Just focus. Like President William R. Talbot Jr., President Samuel K. Doe, President Charles G. Taylor, and President George M. Weah, President Joseph Newman Boakai is kicking against, quote, kicking against the prick. A depot, it's too deep for you alone to consume. Share the video. Like President, I will repeat it. Like President William R. Talbot Jr., President Samuel Kaya Doe, President Charles G. Taylor, and President George M. Weah, President Joseph Newman Boakai is kicking against the, quote unquote, kicking against the prick. Now you're coming ask, but what he mean? So read. Because during the reading, you will know who he's referring to as, quote unquote, the prick. In Liberian parlance, the prick is often used as another word for penis. And the penis of a man is nothing for anyone to kick. Because if you kick a man in the penis or grooms, my friend, you must be strong to beat him or you will almost be beaten to death. So now you know exactly what he's referring to as the prick. Quote, kicking against the prick. So right there, I decided about who will be the prick. Let me read further. And this is going to shock all of you in this country, what he writes. Since the pioneers left the United States of America, since the who? Pioneers left the United States of America, seeking greener pasture and a homeland in Africa, they were under the authority and guidance of one man called, quote, the prick. Quote, Mr. Prick is invisible. In parentheses, he writes, no one has ever seen his face and has no particular identity, no right, no conscience, no morality, no religion, neither a Christian, Muslim, Judaism, nor atheist. Mr. Prick is extremely wealthy and up to 2024, the most wealthy and powerful man in the world, that even the president of the United States pays homage. Let's start there. Philbert Brown, you say when the pioneers, people that were referred to as, quote, the Congo people, came to this country, they were brought here and led by a man called the prick. No one has ever seen him. And he's very rich according to you. And for him, no religion, whether Christian, Muslim, Judaism, or don't believe in God, nobody has ever seen his face. And he's so powerful in the world that even the president of the United States can pay him homage. So who is this man you're talking about calling the prick? Who was this, quote unquote, the prick that led the pioneers, quote, the Congo people, that came here and established this nation? Who is this man that is so powerful that even the U.S. president bows to him? That no religion, Christianity, nothing is all powerful. Folks, you are members of the intelligentsia. We're going to get somewhere. Be patient. Mr. Prick, he continues, doesn't demand respect. He earns it or simply makes you to. He has no soul, no identity, and is life everlasting. Until this physical world, as we know it, is destroyed due to his powers, second to only that of the Almighty God. So Mr. Prick now is not God. But he's so powerful that the only power that his power is next to is the, according to Philbert Brown, Almighty God. He was formally given a name on September 18, 1947. Members of the intelligentsia, pause. Pause. It's deeper than what you think. It's deep, it's deep, it's deep, it's deep. So now we know that Mr. Prick is not God. Mr. Prick is far more powerful than the United States president. Mr. Prick was given a name September 18, 1947. We got our independence July 26, 1847. But before then, Philip writes that no one ever saw him, no one knew him, no one could tell anything. He didn't have a soul. But formally means they put name on him. September 18, 1947. He gave a main quality to this person. And that person got a name September 18, 1947. So you know he's not talking about July 26. Me, I'm ready to die. But some of these things need to be discussed. To discuss this thing, I've prayed today. And I said, God, if it would take my life, take it. But today, I will speak to it. In Liberia, he continues. It is Mr. Prick that calls the shots. Some of you are catching it now. You know where I headed. Some of you are catching it. Some of you are catching it. In Liberia, it is Mr. Prick that calls the shot. He is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia. Decides our foreign policies and dictate the pace of our geopolitical, social, and economic stability. The President of the Republic of Liberia serves as the mere governor, taking care of his land. Nothing more and nothing less. Mr. Prick even has the mother deed of the Republic that successive presidents have not been privileged to see. If by now you say you are a member of the intelligentsia and you don't know who Philip Brown is calling Mr. Prick, and you don't know that Philip Brown, a journalist, will say that the president of Liberia is a mere governor, and that Mr. Prick is somebody that can bow down to, that even the U.S. government and president bows down to him, that no religion, nothing. He says Mr. Prick, a journalist who understands government, writes, and I quote, I'm quoting him, that Mr. Prick is the one that calls the shots. Quote, he is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia, decides our foreign policies, and dictate the pace of our geopolitical, social, and economic stability. He put in bold writing, the President of the Republic of Liberia serves as a mere governor, taking care of the land, nothing more, nothing less. Mr. Prick even had the mother deed of the Republic that successive presidents have not been privileged to see. Somebody already writing it. All of y'all look on your screen, you see? Franklin Howard feeling catching it. Franklin Howard not catching. Franklin Howard has caught it. Franklin Howard has caught it. You got it, Franklin. You got it, Franklin. Franklin Howard has caught it. Let's continue. When President Tubman was sworn into office on January 3rd, 1944, he befriended Mr. Prick through multiple second and third parties, including that of the President of the United States of America. And your yay. And your yay. Tubman made friends with the President. Tubman dead people and big people for Mr. Prick. Amen. 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 Now he goes on to say, owing to this, President Tubman had the most successful, prosperous, and profitable 27-year rule in the history of Liberia. But Tubman was supposed to rule for only 2 terms, which was 8 years. So Mr. Prick, according to Philbert Brown, allowed him to rule this country for 27 unbroken years because he was with Mr. Prick. Okay. Up to today, he is the only African president that smoked his cigar in the Oval Office, which is the White House in America, and blew his cigar smoke in the face of John F. Kennedy, the then United States president, and they laughed about it. President Tubman knew how to take instructions and orders from Mr. Prick. And was greatly feared. He was considered by his peers to be Mr. Prick's boy. When Mr. Prick said jump, he did not ask why. He simply asked how high. Many African leaders refer to him as the stooge of the West, but he was more prosperous and his reign outlived all of theirs by 15 years. Okay. Yeah. I have my opinions. After the natural death of President Tubman on July 23rd, folks, I want you to follow with me. 1971. President Tubman took the oath of office on July 23rd, 1971, the same day that Tubman died. Upon being sworn in the 20th president of the republic, President Tubman departed from the norms and teachings of President Tubman. He sought his own political path, disrespecting Mr. Prick and going against his interests. President Tubman went against Israel, befriended communist bloc, downplayed Western interests for Eastern interests. He established the Soviet-Russian embassy in Monrovia and indicated to Mr. Prick that Liberia was a non-aligned country and could have diplomatic ties with any country of their choosing. This is Philbert Brown writing up. Okay. I want you to listen to this one, please. If anything I read, you listen to it, please listen to this other paragraph. Just like President Boakai, a Baptist deacon, President Tubman was a Baptist preacher and the president of the World Baptist Alliance. Fortunately for Tubman, President Jimmy Carter, the then president of the United States, was also a Baptist and a member of the World Baptist Alliance. Please follow with me. When Mr. Prick could no longer take any more of President Tubman's disrespect, insult, and total disregard for Western interests, without the knowledge, y'all listen to this, wash my hand, hold my ear. Wash my hand, hold my ear. Without the knowledge of President Jimmy Carter and the Department of State, the order was given, period. President Jimmy Carter, the sitting president, the sitting United States president, and the Department of State were kept in the dark. In the dark. They knew nothing. Predominantly because President Carter, being a Baptist, would have probably rejected to pull the plug. But unfortunately, Mr. Prick has more power than the United States president and the Department of State combined. You're hearing. This will form the basis of my opinion on this write-up and what I will predict would happen in the future to you, the members of the intelligentsia. Therefore, I will read it one more time. When Mr. Prey could no longer take any more of President Torbert's disrespect, insult, and total disregard for Western interests, without the knowledge of President Jimmy Carter and the Department of State, the order was given. President Jimmy Carter, the sitting United States President, and the Department of State were kept in the dark. Predominantly because President Carter, being a Baptist, would have probably rejected to pulling the plug. But unfortunately, Mr. Prick has more power than the United States President and the Department of State combined. On that fateful evening of April 12, 1980, President Torbert paid the ultimate price and his life, with his life, for kicking against Mr. Prick. Then came Master Sergeant Samuel Doe. Part 2, tomorrow, fear nothing but to do wrong. So, Philip Brown confesses that Mr. Prick is next to God. That even the U.S. president bowed to him. That Mr. Prick came with the pioneers. That I mean saying it. That Mr. Prick, without consulting the U.S. government or the State Department, that Mr. Prick pulled the plug on Torbert. Now, when these kind of things are written, Philip gives what he believes and thinks. It is his freedom of conscience, thoughts, and his freedom of expression. But I have a message. Will Philip Brown respect my opinion? Here is my opinion to you, members of the intelligentsia, and my prediction. 2 words. My opinion and my prediction. If Mr. Prick, who came along with the pioneer, who many are suspecting now of being a Mason and a Grandmaster, that calls the shots to kill presidents, I will say this. In my opinion, I don't think or want to think that is the case, but that should be the case. Halala. Because the world has changed. Is somebody hearing me? The world has changed. When Mr. Prick came here, Mr. Prick came with superior weapons. When Mr. Prick came here, Mr. Prick met my tribe. We were using spear and cutlasses. Mr. Prick were using guns. Mr. Prick, yes, pulled the plug on Torbert for not listening. Mr. Prick ushered in a war. May the soul of Prince Johnson rest in peace. And where Charles Taylor is sitting in the Hague, or what has happened around here, yes, Mr. Prick. Mr. Prick may have been Mr. Prick. Like my opinion to you express, Philip Brown. Please respect this opinion. The world has changed. The days when Mr. Prick used to decide who becomes the senator of Monserrato, Sino, Maryland, Grand Gita, or whatever, those days have come and gone. Mr. Prick cannot call shots there. Mr. Prick, who decided who will be the next president, When people were not allowed to vote in this country, Mr. Prick cannot do that anymore. Yes, Mr. Prick may be powerful, get mercenaries and what have you. Mr. Prick will kill Joseph Nimabwaka or Eugene Fahngon. But that would be a careless mistake. Here is why I say so. You write that Mr. Prick came with the pioneers. That Mr. Prick established, he even got a former name in 1947, September 18. The world has so changed that in Liberia now, you have the Power Society and you have the Masonic craft. This writing, if understood by the country people to mean what you have written, when they get behind the sun, there will not even be a building up Mama Point or Benson Street. Hear me. I fear nothing but to speak the truth to people. Hear me. The Loma people and the Gisi people and the Mene people and the Bandi people and the Pela people. I'm talking about the Gio and the Mano and the Dan and the Dane. I'm not talking about the Golas and the Vice. The world has changed. Change with the world. Change with the world. Because this kind of writing has the potential to destroy a group of people that belong to a fraternity. That is my opinion on your write-up. It will force a group of people to go underground for the rest of their lives. There are 17 tribes here, and Mr. Prick is not one of those. I speak truth to power. If you write and say Jimmy Carter and the State Department was put aside, Mr. Prick, as you call him, we have to kill 17 tribes. Do not force this president to call for a traditional meeting of all the traditional chiefs and elders from the 15 counties and call all the zones and then say, this is what this man wrote. I submit myself to you for protection. Mr. Prick will have to come and kick butts here in this country. And then it will be the traditional people against Mr. Prick and his people. I have given you my opinion. Now let me give you my prediction. If Mr. Prick should attempt as the most worshipful master or the grandest of Masons to take that decision, it will not be Mr. Prick against a political leader, or it will not be Mr. Prick against a political party, or it will not be Mr. Prick against Joseph Nimabwaka. It will be Mr. Prick and his people against the traditional people and indigenous people of this country. Mr. Prick does not have an army to fight in Liberia. He does not. Hear me. Mr. Prick pioneers that he brought have all disappeared, Philibert. The Gio and Manos alone, before I say the crown, the Sapo, the Grebo, the Basso, the Pele, the Lomas, if they start going from door to door to look for Mr. Prick's people, Mr. Prick people cannot make 10% of the population of this country. So I predict that Mr. Prick will not gamble the lives of the brothers. He will not. Because he understands that times have changed. People are more enlightened than before. And people are far more courageous. And we provide these kinds of understanding for the people. And the more they understand, the less likely they are to follow instructions from Mr. Prick. When you kill a Roman man, or you kill a Kisi man, or you kill a leader from Lofa, where will you go? The fight that you people preaching for is not going to happen. Because the Southeast don't born like the people in Nimba. You know that. And when you look at the western part of the country, the Golos, the Vai, the Loma, the Kisi, the Madingos, the Peles, the Beles, the Balis, and you wrote it so vivid, and you made it quite clear that he's the one that calls the shots in Liberia. So let me leave with my conscience clear that then this Mr. Prick is responsible for our poverty today. And lest you forget that. Since Mr. Prick is the man and the president of our country, according to you, is a governor who must take instruction from Mr. Prick. Where was Mr. Prick when we were the world's largest producer of iron ore? From Nimba, Lamco. From Bon County, Bon Mines. From Bomi, LMC. From Kidman, NROC, National Iron Ore Company. Where was Mr. Prick? Where was Mr. Prick when Liberia was the largest producer of rubber in the whole round world? Where was Mr. Prick? Where was Mr. Prick when all our diamonds and golds disappeared? Where was Mr. Prick? Hello? Hello? Mr. Prick, with all the resources, Mr. Prick formed FDA and carried all the timber and the laws. Went to Lofa Bridge, entered the whole diamond, Noka King, the small oil, everything. Where is this Mr. Prick? That today we are in abject poverty. But you are telling us that if Mr. Prick is not happy with our president, and you say, quote, just like Toba, just like Doe, just like Taylor. Then I'm talking that you talking, big brother. You need all the people just like that. You said Joseph Baka is kicking against the prick. Where at that time, people were ignorant. And everything they were told, they did it. But today, they can see that the whole iron ore, Mr. Prick carried it. The whole Firestone and BF Mr. Prick carried it. The whole diamond and gold, Mr. Prick carried it. All of our land in this country is owned by Mr. Prick and his pioneers children. Big brother, you're my own big brother. But be careful with these writings. These writings have the potential to unite a whole country that will bring about the traditional values and restore it to this land, to which people will begin to cry again. Most people don't want to talk. But the truth is, how many of Mr. Prick children do you see elected today? Don't worry, I will wait. How many of Mr. Prick other children that are members of the craft do you see proudly displaying the symbols? How many? They are in fear because of where they know they find themselves. Don't worry. This craft was meant to make good men better. But when it comes to Liberia, bad men in the craft looks good. And there is a difference. You travel worldwide as a Mason, you get the benefit. You come to Liberia, you're resistant and you will get the worst. In fact, brothers no longer protect brothers. Brothers are after the lives of brothers. Brothers are killing brothers. Brothers are hurting brothers. Yes, it is the truth. Let's speak the truth. So, I have a message for you because I know you know Mr. Prick like I do. You know Mr. Prick like I do. Mr. Prick will be committing an egregious mistake to come here where people are enlightening and expose brothers to death. Because from what you have written, if any master plan is carried out, it must be precise, it must be expeditious, and it must be recovered within nanoseconds. Because even 15 seconds will ignite a warfare against this noble institution, and it will never survive so easily in this country. The better pills has been around for a long time in the mouths of people. And that's why I always say, sometimes the way we communicate is the problem. Now, based on what you have written, if Mr. Prick acts, Mr. Prick will be acting against 17 tribes. And this one now, I don't think even the State Department and the President of the United States, who were kept in the dark, according to you, when Mr. Prick gave the order for Talbot, William R. Talbot, to be slain. Lest we forget, as I close, Talbot was a Mason. Besides just being a Mason, Talbot, like Tubman, was Grandmaster. Any debate? No debate. But that was then. This is now. You will not be killing a Grandmaster. You will not call the order for a countryman to be killed by Mr. Prick, who brought the pioneers, and then say you will take over. Well, lie be lie. I hope Mr. Prick does not read your write-up, Big Brother, because it will not end well. It is my prediction, and I have given my opinion, and I hope just as you wrote yours, you will respect mine just because I talk it, but are the truth. I remember in one of my podcasts and on Spoon TV, I told the Americans, people will tell you negative things about me. But when you talk to me, you will find out. Sanctions on government officials is now seen in Liberia as targeted towards a particular group of people. If you don't believe me, keep getting sanctions and you will see the result. Anybody you give sanction to, the Liberian people will give them victory. The U.S. government through the embassy did not listen to me. But when they gave a Bill 12 sanction, he won. They gave an Abacha sanction, he won. They gave a Prince Johnson sanction, he won. They gave Emmanuel Lukwe sanction, he won. They gave Nathaniel Falomageo sanction, he won. Today, I speak truth to you. Times have changed. The dynamics has changed. You don't have the army. You don't have the men. And you don't have what it takes to call and issue an order for a traditional son, a countryman from Lofa, to be slain like Tobo and say he will control anything. It will be catastrophic, it will be bloody, it will be nasty, and Mr. Prick House or houses will no longer be allowed in this country. Hear my opinion and listen to my sense. Let it go. Times have changed. Let it go. Mr. Prick can still run things, but diplomatically. But forcefully, hellfire will reign. Maybe it will be the casualties. Who knows? Maybe Mr. Prick is watching me and saying, this is one person I need to pull the plug on first. Go ahead, Mr. Prick. Do it, Mr. Prick. I got nothing. But anybody I give an advice to, I'll be honest from the depth of my heart. I will not be a Siko fan. Don't try it. Times have changed. And the people are more enlightened. And they are now regretful of many of the decisions, Mr. Prick, you took. So let them be. Let it be. Let it be. Thank you, Philip Brown, for your writing. I just thought to make it my podcast for today. The times have changed. But your hint to President Bouakai is accepted and taken serious by him. President Bouakai has read your hint. And I'm sure the traditional people will be meeting to discuss Mr. Prick and his perceived moved as written by you or predicted. Okay. Now, let me talk some funny politics for 3 minutes. One, my late brother with the Supreme Court say the Justice Minister spoil their interpretation. You go and do your own too. Why you go get somebody complain from telling you what they think? How about your own in the legislature? You think you're not in government? You're in government too. So at the end of the day, you tell your own, the mentor your own. You tell your own from the legislature, the mentor your own from the executive. You have to tell your team. Leave the Supreme Court alone. The way you feel about it are your business. The way they rule, if you're not satisfied, then you go back to court. That I'm not satisfied with the ruling. Or these people are violating the ruling of the Supreme Court. That's how you do it. Then, I hear the other people say, they suspend Thomas Fala. Everybody calling me, what do you think? What I think? I told you what I thought a long time ago. And every prediction I made came to pass. I explained to you the difference between a coalition and a political party. I told you a group of parties coming together, working in one accord, pursuing the same interests, can be referred to as a coalition. The Congress for Democratic Change formed a coalition with two parties, the LPDP and the MPP. Later, the MDR joined them. MDR withdrew first, MPP, LPDP. So you no longer have anything called Coalition for Democratic Change. It's the Congress for Democratic Change. When the Congress came, the predominant tribe there were from Lofa. Okay? First time CDC came, now cool people go join CDC. No. But then what happened? Because George Liatoke turned over, they marginalized the boys from Lofa, who brought the party, financed the party, and took care of the party when there was no Eugene Langway. There was no Fonati Kofa. Fonati Kofa was in Liberty Party. Remember? Y'all can remember? There were no Bale Era. I think from the Southeast, only Samuel 12 was a beginner with it. The rest of the Lofa boys then came the Brothers Party. They marginalized them. They enriched themselves. Now, they got Molu out. They got Fala out. You all saw the screenshot from the chat room. They chased Sir Joseph out. And they're running behind Jefferson Koji to kick him out. And when you take Lofa County from NCDC, then the only thing you have is KDC. KDC means Kwa Democratic Congress, meaning the people from the Kwa in the Southeast. That's all you have. And the whole total vote in the Southeast cannot beat the total vote in Nima alone. So why are you running behind the Lofa body? Now, they say Thomas are fighting for due process. You all want to suspend that Thomas Farah, Ava Jones, and the other people. You all say pending the outcome of an investigation. That was before Funati went to court. Okay? So now, you didn't wait for any hearing. And Farah said, I will submit to the investigation. And Farah said that. But you ain't wait. You're experiment. But you won't be going and crying behind Funati to say due process. But y'all know you're the one in that move Funati now. Y'all. Okay? Now, if you take us Sir Joseph, and you take out Tomo Fala, and you took out Molba Molu, that thing you can call party again. I warned people before. And when I warned people, if you remember when I was talking about reconstructing the party, rebranding the party, and re-establishing the party, I was in America. That's exactly what I was talking about. So, yeah, today, when you take on Bolu, you take on Sir Joseph, Tomo Fala, Jefferson Koji, Latin at Congress for Democratic Change. Yeah. You think for Nati don't know what happened? You think the other people don't know what happened? Then you're not following Liberian politics. Big Papa, you always want to be the head. Sometimes you got to step back. Your action precipitated everything that happened to Fonati. I'm happy Paco Rabanne watching your action. And I don't see a survival. That thing where Kimia can say, move and move and move. Movie party got 10 people. Movie party got 10 people. Which other party were you? That party finished. When I spoke in America about the CDC rebranding, reconstruction, reconstructing and what have you, hey man, I knew what I was talking about. It happened to NDPL. It happened to plenty of political parties. When the party is built around a single Godhead, forget it. When that person disappears, the party gone. When that person disappears, the party gone. That CDC is only the CDC now in a frame. It will never resurrect. May God bless the nation. Morris say you only that discuss politics like some politicians. Morris, that means you don't know the law that created LBS. My brother, if you know the law, you're not talking about the law that created LBS is real. The law say, I, Eugene Fahngon, as Director General, you must protect the integrity of the government. That is the law. It didn't say corruption or anything. The law. So it doesn't mean that because LBS, Director General, when a head of a newspaper told a woman, I'm not talking about that you're way back village politics. Now me and my brother. You tell your we talk. You put it on Facebook, I'll put it on Facebook, I'll put it on copybook, I will put it on notebook. You put it on YouTube, I will put it on YouTube, I will put it on FreeTube, I will put it on Tube, where they get in, where I'll put it all there. You put it on Google, I will go there and put it on Google, I will put it on Cobble, C-O-B-B-L-E, I will put it on Tunnel, I will put it on anything. Okay? So, yeah. My dear Duple, how you do? Well, way back to you won't be talking. When you go live, somebody can talk, then you're there. When you go live, somebody can talk, then you're there. That what will be on? Eh? Eh, yeah. It may that come into code. What's say and that's what we'll be talking. Oh, you think we're going to be saying that? The other man say your government isn't performing. Jack, the thing about it, my government isn't performing because you have selective amnesia. You got selective hearing. And your ability to comprehend is non-existent. That's why you say the government not performing. But those, because the only thing you won't watch, that's Spoon TV in that. So go watch your Spoon TV. Just today, 10,000 students graduated from the digital transformation classes. 15 of them were getting 4-year Fulbright scholarship to any university in the country. The same just today. 50 of them were given seed money from 2,000 up to 10,000 to establish their own digital business. 10,000. Today, I attended the program. Yeah, is she there? Yeah. You don't do that one for your country. Last week, Saturday, 424 students got scholarships to study. They call it building the human resource capacity of a country that your funny people came and overlook. You say the country not performing? You looking for performance? You train people and left them to perform, and they're not performing? You train people to perform, that now the old man can, giving 10,000 people, last week 450 scholarship, you, your own team. Then plus the other people that are supposed to travel to the US or any other country. China and other places. In this first year that the old man budget he used, that your main budget where he brought, where nothing was inside, but harmonization. You see the old man budget that they're discussing now. You see the wage that no one will make below the minimum wage. You see the price of gasoline from $5.20 to $3.91. The country not performing because you're not going to buy and drinking and smoking weed. Bag of rice price went up. You saw anybody sleeping in the butt? Like how it was winning season every time. And the country not performing. You see anybody say they take pay on time? You see the old man built 17 houses? You see he built house for his son on that street? And the country not performing. Because no weed coming. We're not bringing couscous yet. No opium coming in the country again. Yes. The country not performing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing you get to show in 1 year. The 1 year budget you get all that what we got to show, but we got to show plenty things that we have done with it. Cannot take you on tour. But what the man said up there, he thought ta-ta-ta. But I'm pleading you. The president said, take 250,000 and spread TV to the country. You get some of my people there, colleagues, them wasting time. 250,000 to get television to 5 counties that our countries will be checking on. Because we're supposed to be showing those things, not talking about them. Don't get me upset, man, before I get pissed off. I go, I get money here, I get money here. 250,000 to extend television to 5 counties. You jacking on yourself? Let me get this here, man. Your salary here, 6 years past. Now we're repairing transmitter and things around the country for radio and TV. You want to talk country not performing. Why you not perform over the last 6 years? You all the money they ask somebody to perform. That sense you get. You think about being stupid? In the first year, a country ain't performing, come to LBS. If country ain't performing, what you hear about water? If country ain't performing, what you hear about electricity? That because we supposed to steal and get the money to criminals then, saying that on platform we say no, then country ain't performing. Eh? Turn now. Talk. You hear people complaining about water and lead? In the city, don't forget about the country. The country not performing because we're not smoking kush. Yeah. We're not bringing kush here again. No kush coming to the country again. The drug barons then boom. What did you people do in the last 6 years? What? Look at the amount of students in 1 week. I have been giving money and stuff to go study. What you won't see? You see my office I looking? You won't see my compound at LBS? You won't see all the great work? When you're not smoking and drinking 10 bottles of Shintao, 15 bottles of Guinness, 30 bottles of small beer, then country not performing. All the people that are working in government, how many of them they tell you say they don't take it on time? I keep to LBS, 5,000 US to pay contractors. I'm up to 15,000. And I've been paying it for 1 year ever since. This year, each one of my employees will get 1 bag of rice with $50 US. Each one of the contractors, 1 bag of rice, $20 US. Come get that for me because when I smoke it, I walk push. You will not smoke it. Somebody say your time will soon be over. Now the same nonsense you told me when Joey was there. As soon as they told me that nonsense, if I was sick when Joey fired me, go ask Joey whether he get a job. Akaras Bay said they should fire me. Go ask Akaras Bay whether he get a job. Solomon George called me all around the hall to send me to jail. Go ask him whether he get a job. Don't talk funny thing here. You think someone all that text you say now behind that I can define up. When I go do my core business, you say, oh, they might go do core business. When I go sell my small money, you're fair. They not get job, and they not get job for 6 years. And anybody try anything funny, you will see the end result. You did not play with one yet. You did not play. That's why the military came outside and demonstrated to all of you that we're not going to take nonsense. So y'all want to try anything, y'all try it. Y'all sit down, y'all stole from people here 6 years. I don't blame y'all. Y'all walking all around instead of being in jail. That's why y'all can afford to talk nonsense. All auditors, they all disappear here. Let's put your ear, man. Y'all buy, I deal with them good. Y'all bought plenty small money car. Y'all bought BB car for small money getting. Now they get gas. They're selling the car to us.